Hey, welcome. And finally, we are going to be able to retrieve our registered vendors. Okay, now to do this, we are going to be using a documentation for this. Now, what you have to do is to open a new tab and then we are going to search for Flutter Fire and Flutter Fire. Click on this first link over here. It says firebase.flutter.dev and click on this. And within the search input field, we then have to search for the one-time real. And we are interested in the real-time changes and not the one-time change. So scroll down. And that is basically the stream builder. Now what we have to do is to copy from this port then to this. Okay, and back to our VS Code. But before pasting this, you can see over here within the vendor screen, we have the flex of the logo to be one, that is the store image, and the business name to be Siri, and the city to be two, and the state to be two, then the action to be one, and view more to be one. And in order for 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 this to match with this, we have to use the same flex. So the state also is going to be 2. So what we have to do is to go to the vendor widget and change this to 2. So 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, seems good. And now it's going to have same space. And what we can do now is we can shift this a bit and then paste this. Now we have to highlight and use Ctrl and Dot in order to import the cloud Firestore. And also we have to import the location to our collection or the vendor's collection. To do this, go back to this and now we can copy this. And we are retrieving our registered vendors. That is, we are retrieving more than one document. So this is going to be query snapshot. So we can just go with all those. And we can paste this over here. And we can rename this to vendors stream. And the collection we want to retrieve data from is the vendors. Vendors. Okay. And now we can get rid of this list view. It ends over here. And we're going to be using something known as listView.builder. The listView.builder has a property known as context. And the listView.builder is basically referring to how we want to render our data. And it's going to take in the context and indents, which is basically referring to each item or each document we have. And now we want to return this widget over here. It ends over here. Cut this and paste. Great. And I think we need to end this by using that semicolon. And also, the item builder has a property known as item count, which is basically referring to how many items we have in our database. So how many items we have. And in order to get how many items we have, we are going to be calling something known as snapshot. And the snapshot is basically referring to the data we have within the cloud Firestore. So what we have to say is snapshot your data, then we want to get each document by saying docs, then we want to get the length. And currently we have just two documents or two vendors or two data. So this will basically give us the document we have. And when using a list view.builder, you have to give this list view.builder a height. And in order to have access to a height, you can easily just use a width and now, sorry, you can easily use a container and now we have access to the height. And in order to not use the height property, we could get rid of this container and within the list view.builder, we then have to specify something known as string wrap and we have to set this to true. By that way, we do not need to give the list view a height. Sounds good. And what we want to do now is to create a variable to store each data we have within the Cloud Firestore database. We can create a finder and it's going to be called vendor user data. And in order to get that data, we just have to say snapshot dot data and dot docs. And now we want to access each document by their index. Remember the index is basically referring to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over here we need this check. Sounds good. And the first field we have, okay, we need the store image and we called it store image. Over here we can then say vendor user data and we want to access the store image. But this is not, we're not going to see this currently because we have to render the HTML and get rid of this. And this is going to be vendor data, sorry, vendor user data and business name and get rid of this. This is going to be vendor user data and I think we call the city value vendor user data. I think we call the state value. Okay, and use Control and S now to save. And let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what is going to happen. Taking longer, yes. Okay, we just have to go to this and vendors. Okay, trying to retrieve it. Okay, sounds cool. You can see this. The business name is test, the city, the state, and sounds good. And what we can also do is we can wrap this container with a padding, and for all size, we just want to say 2. And also, sorry, not this. Get rid of this, remove this widget, and scroll up. Okay, we can wrap this container we have. That is basically for the box. We can wrap it with a pattern of maybe 3. And okay, we can also wrap this widget with a pattern of, okay, we can just use Ctrl and S to save and see how this is going to look. And what we can also do is we can add a style to this. Test style, test style, test style, test style, test style. And font size of, we can just font width board. Font width, and dot board. And we can easily just copy this now. And paste this over. I think it should be over here. And add your comma. Just gonna do this from scratch. Style, or I'm just gonna paste this over here and see. Okay, I think we are missing something. The style. Add your comma and font weight, and dot bold, and also s style font width, font width, then dot bold. And also, let's see if we can key to the two upper case. Hopefully I spelled this correctly, and I'm trying to save. And if it works, we are just gonna do this for the rest. Okay, wait for this, waiting for this. Okay, it is loading currently, and loading. Okay, I think it is referring to that two uppercase we have over there. We can just get rid of it, and in the future we're gonna make all this uppercase. Do not worry. Just gonna check that out later. And the vendor. Okay, I think this is looking great. This is looking really cool now, and you can see we give a pattern between each box, and that is the pattern you see over here. Remember, over here we have a container, and the container was basically to give that border. That is the border you seen over here. This border of gray, and we are given this border for all the sides, right? And now we are giving a pattern to that, and also within this widget, we are giving a pattern to that also. And this is looking really cool. And you already know how to make that image display, right? Okay.